Hello and welcome to Speak French avec moi. I am Séverine and I am your French coach. Bonjour et bienvenue sur Speak French avec moi. Je suis Séverine, votre professeure de français. Comment ça va aujourd'hui? Moi, je vais très bien et nous allons à Paris avec Émilie. We're going to Paris with Emily. Emily ne sait pas comment conjuguer le verbe choisir. Emily doesn't know how to use the verb to choose in French. Aujourd'hui, nous allons aider Emily à apprendre le verbe choisir. Today, we're going to help Emily on how to learn the verb to choose in French. Yes, Emily is back for a third season, and if you've watched the trailer, at one point, Emily has to choose. Mais pourquoi le verbe choisir? But why the verb to choose? Obviously, there's a plot around it in the series, but more importantly, it's because the verb to choose has a pattern. In French, regular verbs, have a pattern. And choisir, to choose in French, is what we call the infinitive when the verb is not conjugated. In English, it's to choose. You know that the verb is not conjugated because you have to in front of it. In French, we know that the verb is not conjugated because we have IR at the end. Choisir. Mais pourquoi Émilie doit apprendre le verbe choisir? But why Émilie has to learn the verb choisir? Well, because once she knows how to use choisir, she will know how to use all the other verbs ending in IR within the same group. Verbs such as finir, to finish, réussir, to succeed or to manage, remplir, to fill. Don't worry, I'll come back later and talk about these verbs. All right, let's go back to Emily and let's help Emily to use the verb choisir. Now, before I start, I assume that you know how to say I, you, he, she, we, you, and then French. If you don't know, don't panic. I am here. All right, so let's start first. All right, so we know that you need to use the right subject. Then there's something else you need to know about French verbs. Each subject has a matching ending, right? So that's something else. So we know that we have to use the right subject and we have to match the subject with the right ending. What am I talking about? It means that when we're going to learn the verb choisir, and that's why Emily is so confused and she has a hard time, actually we're going to use what we call a stem, une racine en français. To use choisir, first we're going to drop the IR, right, to get the stem. So the stem is going to be CHOIS. Are you still with me here? And if you're not with me, if it's still complicated, of course, you go on the website, speakfrenchavecmoi.com, and you will have the chart. So let's recap. We're going to use a subject, Then we're going to take choisir, and then before we start using the verb at present tense, we're going to drop the IR. Then there is another thing you need to know. In French, we don't make a difference between I choose, I'm choosing, or I do choose. We only use one verb for it. Now we have some context and we are ready to help Emily to learn choisir. Voilà, on a vu le contexte, we saw the context, et maintenant, nous allons apprendre le verbe choisir ensemble. Now, we're going to learn the verb choisir together. Hang in, I'll be right back after a short break. To say I, we say je. Je choisis. Je choisis with IS at the end, and I don't pronounce the IS. Je choisis. You turn. Tu choisis. Tu choisis. IS at the end, you don't pronounce it. Tu choisis. You turn. Il choisit. Il choisit with T at the end, you don't pronounce the T. Il choisit. You turn. Elle choisit. Elle choisit. With T at the end. Elle choisit. You turn. All right, now we're getting to nous. Nous means we in French. This is when you're going to have a little change. Now you're going to say nous, and then choise, and then you're going to add ESS, and then ONS. Oh my gosh, that's complicated. I'm going to tell you right away. Nous choisissons. Nous choisissons. Now let's do it real speed. Nous choisissons. Are you ready? You turn. Nous choisissons. It's a bit of a tongue twister. Vous is going to follow the same pattern. Vous choisissez, and then now the ending is easy. Vous choisissez. Vous choisissez. Vous choisissez. You turn. Correct. And now for they, we have they, il, and they, elle in French, masculine and feminine. Il choisissent. Yes, ENT at the end, the ENT, you don't pronounce it. You don't hear any of these clusters of consonants. You're just going to say choisissent. Ils choisissent, they choose. Ils choisissent. Ils choisissent. You turn. Great. And now the last one. Elle, the feminine. You don't pronounce the S at the end of elle. Elles choisissent. Elles choisissent. Elles choisissent. ISSENT at the end. You don't pronounce the ENT. Elles choisissent. You turn. All right, so now let's do it together. Je choisis. Tu choisis. Il choisit. Elle choisit. Nous choisissons. Vous choisissez. Ils choisissent. Elles choisissent. as I said at the start of this episode. Now you can use all the verbs using IR within this group. Remplir, to fill. Let's say that you want to say, we'll fill this form. What would you say? Try it. The answer is nous remplissons. Nous remplissons, and the word for form is formulaire. Nous remplissons. Right, now let's say that you need to say they finish. They finish. Parfait. Ils ou elles finissent. Ils ou elles finissent. Voilà, c'est la fin de cet épisode. I will strongly suggest to go on the website speakfrenchavecmoi.com to see the pattern of that verb that you can now apply to other verbs within the set group. Et merci d'avoir aidé Emily, and thanks for helping Emily. As usual, please feel free to comment, leave stars so other listeners can find the podcast. And wherever you are in the world, I wish you a great day. And if nobody has told you today, you are awesome. Merci. Au revoir. À bientôt.